Alright, this video I'm going to share my respect for Jackie Chan. In my past videos, I had some heavy criticisms about him, but in this new path that I'm going on, I'm looking at the positive in everything and everybody. And the positive of what I see with Jackie Chan is, the fact of his hard work. Kung Fu is all about hard work, and he definitely is a hard worker. And being a Chinese person, he brings, it's something to be proud about. Seeing a Chinese person succeed in acting and in the industry, the film industry. Like I've been saying, there's just not that many Chinese influences out there, and him being as successful as he has, it gives hope for the Chinese people out there, and it gives recognition for the Chinese people. Based on the statistics, I believe that he's probably the second richest actor out there. I think number one is Dwayne Johnson, and they said Jackie Chan was like number two, which is an amazing feat. I think, he's accomplished a lot of things of which Bruce Lee, wished that he could accomplish. Jackie Chan has starred in so many different movies, probably over 100, and he's been in movies, a lot of movies in China, and he's even starred in movies in Hollywood. He's a well-known name out there that everybody knows, and he's a multi-millionaire, and he's providing opportunities for a lot of other Chinese people out there. And even his son was in a movie that I saw called The Drummer, and it's a great movie. It's a very spiritual movie, and I'd highly recommend that movie. One of the best movies that I've seen Jackie Chan in that I really loved was the movie Shaolin. He played a role in that movie, and the movie starred Andy Lau. It's a very spiritual movie, and there's martial arts in it and things like that. Another movie that he's really good in, I like, is A New Police Story. He plays a role in that. He's the starring role in that movie, and that movie's more drama, not so much comedic, and it kind of shows a different side of his acting. And I think that he did a great job with that movie. As far as his stunts are concerned, one of the movies that I like is Rumble in the Bronx. He does some amazing stunts in that movie. Nice thing about Jackie Chan is, he's a very humble person. There's no way that he can make the movies that he makes without being humble. He goes at an approach where it's about laughter. He's not afraid to be laughed at, and he's not he puts his energies about making people laugh, and laughter is used as medicine to heal suffering and depression and make people feel good. And one thing that's nice about Jackie Chan is that he's very authentic to himself. He didn't just go out there trying to be like Bruce Lee or imitate Bruce Lee. He just basically wanted to just be himself. And he knew that Bruce Lee was, a very serious person, and he decided to just have his own way of doing things and just, kind of add comedy within the martial arts, which is, something that he gained a huge amount of popularity over. The comedic element combined with also skill. He was in a Chinese opera, before he even trained in martial arts, and he was very athletic, almost like a gymnast, and he has this special talent of performing his own stunts, which is basically very much unheard of in his time. A lot of people would hire stunt doubles to do the dangerous, sequences within the movies. Even Bruce Lee had a stunt person perform the backflip for him in the movie Enter the Dragon, and also the front flip. He hired stuntmen to do those things. Jackie Chan is somebody who doesn't hire stunt people to do his stunts. He does his own stunts, and that's very much respectable. He also is putting his life at risk and his health at risk in order to entertain people. One thing that I like about Jackie Chan also is that he's not about hurting others for profit, but you know, he risks his own life to entertain people, and he's broken pretty much every single bone in his body, and he's injured himself. He's severely injured himself many times to entertain people. And the thing is, if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't be as famous as he is. People, they want to see dramatic things. So they either want to see you beat people up, like they do in combat sport, and they'll pay you money to do that, like Floyd Mayweather. He is paid to hurt people. That's what he does. People like to see people in pain. But Jackie Chan didn't go in that route. He went into the route of, okay, let me put my own life at risk and gain the attention of the people from that. And he did definitely grab the people's attention. People started to gravitate towards his movies because they're like, hey, these movies are real stunts. These are not camera tricks. These are not stunt doubles. This is the real person doing the real stunts. And that's what gained a lot of popularity in his movies, gained a lot of people's respect for pretty much putting his life at risk. People get respect in different ways. Some people get respect from hurting other people's. Other people get respect by putting their own lives at risk. So you see a lot of people that do like dangerous things, and you'll see it on YouTube. People, doing some dangerous things, and then it gets millions of views. People that hurt other people, they get a lot of views as well. People are attracted to violence, and they're attracted to risk. And Jackie Chan sided with the risk, put his own life at risk in order to entertain the people. I respect that, and his skill and his talent. That's something that I can not do myself, and it's not something that I would want to do. It's just not in me to do stuff like that. But he has something within him. It's born within his nature to head in that direction. That's even something that Bruce Lee wouldn't be able to do. All the stunts that Jackie Chan was doing is not what Bruce Lee would be doing. That's not a part of his innate nature. So that's one of Jackie Chan's greatest attributes that's unique to him. The stunts, in addition to his comedy, he just has this ability to make people laugh. People, his accent, I think it draws attention from people. In a way, it makes people feel, there's kind of a laughing element within. It's almost like the population, they like to poke fun at certain things, and really they would use that accent as a way to kind of, poke fun at the Chinese in a certain way with a certain accent. But the thing is, he was smart in a way of how he learned to be like, well, if you're going to laugh at me, and then I'm going to get famous over it, and I'm going to make a lot of money over it, then it's a win-win situation. So in his eyes, it could be, he turned it around and used it towards his advantage. So he's accomplished a lot, starred in so many movies, multi-millionaire, one of the richest actors out there, the second richest actor out there. And he was in a movie with Bruce Lee, and he's paving the way for a lot of Chinese actors out there. So I give him huge props for all that. Bruce Lee maybe only made about 6 movies, then he passed away, and then Jackie Chan was the next big thing, and he's created hundreds of movies, and he's still making movies. and he's getting his son involved. He's getting into elements of getting, he might be in a positions where he could make his own movies. There's even a cartoon series about Jackie Chan, and all in all it's promoting the Chinese culture. When people watch his movies, they're being exposed to the Chinese culture, and his humbleness, non-arrogance, and he seems to be a very spiritual person, a very nice person that's putting out good energy out there. He's also involved in that movie Kung Fu Panda, which is a very huge success and one of the greatest animations out there. And once again, it's about comedy within that expression, and that's what Jackie Chan is known for, and he's true to himself. He is himself. He's not trying to imitate other people, but he's just doing doing his thing, expressing himself as an artist. So I could see appreciation for Jackie Chan, and I could see appreciation for Bruce Lee. They're definitely not the same, but as a Chinese person, as a Chinese American, you can learn to appreciate both expressions and be proud that there are actors out there that have gained the respect of the people out there, and they are representing your culture in their own way. And with very few Chinese influences out there in America, it's something that we should be happy for, because if you think about it, not the Koreans don't even have that, or the Thai don't even have that, the Japanese don't even have that. The Japanese don't have a Jackie Chan or a Bruce Lee. The Thai don't either, and neither do the Filipinos. I mean, the Filipinos have Manny Pacquiao. The Thai might have Tony Jaa, but the Chinese, they have Bruce Lee, they have Jackie Chan, they have Donnie Yen, and these are people that we can, as a Chinese American, be very proud about, that our culture is being expressed out there into the public, within the movie industry, and a majority of his movies are very entertaining. They're either funny, or there's amazing stunts in there, or there's some nice choreographed martial art scenes. Another great movie that he was in is called Who Am I?, where there's some great fight scenes in that movie. Very well choreographed, and once again, in his movies, he's not afraid to show himself getting beat up every so often, because he's humble, and he shows the real elements of fighting, of where, hey, sometimes you can't beat up everybody. If there's 10 people running after you and they trapped you in the alley, and there's really nothing you could do, and then he gets beat up, and that's just what it is, and that's the reality how real fighting is. You can't just expect to just beat up the whole world just because you're the star of the movie. And he highlights that in some of his films, and I do respect that as well. I respect his humbleness. So, these are some of my thoughts on Jackie Chan and the people that support him. That's a great thing, because you're supporting the Chinese culture, you're supporting the Chinese people, and the more support that the Chinese influencers get out there, the better it is for the overall promotion of the Chinese culture and its ways. And there's a lot of beauty in the Chinese culture, and Bruce Lee did a lot of work to try to share that beauty, and Jackie Chan's putting in his work, and making this video. It's reminding the people, like, hey, don't forget about us, because there's a lot of influences out there that are not Chinese influences, and it's become the majority, and we're kind of being lost. We're kind of getting held back in our expression, to where we're almost being forgotten, and it's not fair to us, because recently there's a movie called Crazy Rich Asians, which is pretty much finally putting a Chinese American into a leading role in Hollywood, but it took like over 25 years to even do that. The last movie where there was all Asian cast was the Joy Luck Club, and that happened like over 25 years ago. And now 25 years later, we finally have a movie called Crazy Rich Asians, and it just shows like within the industry how underrepresented we are. In the NBA right now, there's only Jeremy Lin, and that's it. He's the only Chinese basketball player in the NBA. You know, if you look into Hollywood, you don't see many Chinese influences. You look in the music industry, you don't see any. You know, so by Jackie Chan being as successful as he has become, that's something for us to be proud about. You know, and I hope that he gains more popularity, so that it keeps it in people's minds to not forget about the Chinese people. You know, because Bruce Lee has died over 50 years ago, and it's nice that there are some people still talking about him, but it's not fair to us as Chinese people or Chinese Americans that we have such a few, you know, we have so few representators of our expression, our creative expression. So once again, you know, I support Jackie Chan, and I support all the people that support him. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care.